You know, some titles are so powerful they tell a whole story just by themselves. Think about it. The Lion of Allah. It just sounds like incredible strength, undeniable courage, and a deep, divine purpose. Today, we're going to dive into the story of the man who earned that title, Ali ibn Abi Talib.
So when you hear the word lion, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Raw power, right? Ferocity, the king of the battlefield. And yeah, all that's true. But the story of Ali suggests that being a lion is about so much more. It's a kind of strength that comes from your character, something way deeper than just physical muscle.
So this title, the Lion of Allah, it wasn't just some poetic nickname people came up with. No way. It belonged to a real historical figure, a man of immense faith and truly legendary courage. His life is basically a masterclass in how you balance incredible strength with just as much compassion.
To really understand the lion, we have to start at the beginning. The seeds of his amazing character were planted really early on and in a pretty remarkable environment, to say the least. Okay, so picture this. Ali was born right in the heart of Mecca, and he had this completely unique upbringing. He was raised in the actual household of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I mean, just think about that. He learned the principles of Islam directly from the source. It's no wonder he was one of the very first people to embrace the faith. And as just a young man, he showed a kind of courage that most adults didn't have, standing firm in what he believed, even when it was seriously dangerous.
And this is where we get to the core of who Ali was. He's remembered as one of history's greatest warriors, an absolute lion in battle. But, and this is the key, that strength was perfectly balanced by this profound sense of compassion and justice, a warrior's heart, but a gentle hand for his people.
This balance really defined him. On one side, you have the warrior. His skill in battle was the stuff of legends, fiercely defending his community and his faith. But on the other side, you have the humanitarian. The very same man who was a lion on the battlefield was known for how gentle he was with the poor and for his nonstop pursuit of justice and knowledge. It was never one or the other. It was both, all wrapped up in one person.
So, you have to wonder, right? What happens when a person with this incredible character, this mix of warrior strength and humanitarian spirit, is put in a position of ultimate authority? Well, let's take a look at his time as a leader. Ali did eventually become the fourth caliph, which meant he was the leader of the entire Muslim community. But he inherited this role during a time of huge internal challenges. It was a situation that would put all of his principles to the ultimate test.
So how did he lead through all that turmoil? Well, his approach was built on a few core principles. First, his rule was all about fairness for everyone. Second, his decisions weren't based on his own personal feelings. They were always rooted in the sacred texts. And third, he completely redefined what it even means to be powerful. This one quote pretty much sums up his entire philosophy. For Ali, true strength had nothing to do with controlling armies or having a ton of money. It was all about moral integrity. It was about standing up for what's right and for the truth, no matter what it cost him. That was the principle that guided every single thing he did as a leader. Now, while his actions as a warrior and a leader are a massive part of his story, his most enduring legacy, well, that might just be the wisdom he left behind, teachings that have guided people for centuries. His life was ultimately cut short. He was killed for his faith, ending in martyrdom. But his story absolutely does not end there. His real impact goes so far beyond the battlefield or the seat of power. It lives on in his deep spiritual insights and his timeless teachings. His wisdom is so beautiful because it's so simple but so deep. He taught things like your tongue should only speak good, that your heart should stay pure, and that knowledge is a light that guides your soul. This was like the inner code that powered all of his outer strength and courage and compassion. So let's circle all the way back to our original question. What does it mean to be a lion? Well, it means being all of these things at once. The Lion of Allah isn't just about courage. It's about courage mixed with wisdom, faith fueled by devotion, power that's balanced with humility, and a life that was spent searching for truth. And that really brings us to our final thought. The battles are over, the political struggles have faded deep into history, but the story of Ali ibn Abi Talib is as powerful as ever. Which leaves us with this big question to think about. How does a legacy built not on power, but on principles like courage, wisdom, and faith manage to last and inspire people for more than 1,000 years?